Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. And we've got myself, Strap Facts John, and we have
the Dominican Dream, also a.k.a. Ed Professor, tonight.
There that guy is. We've got the host of the show. We've got...
I am the notorious one. I am Dom.
And I have a sandwich.
This son of a guy, Papi Cubano over here. He's going to have a sandwich. He's eating something on the show, and that's okay, because I've eaten stuff on the show, too. But the thing we're going to eat today as a unit on the IDM pod is WWE Hell in the Cell 2013. And it sounds like our host, Dom, has a couple issues with my choice of show this week. Dom, what have we got going on with Hell in the Cell 2013?
All right, well, Hell in a Cell takes place in King James's house. I'm not sure if it's his house anymore, but that's what it was back in 2013. So we were live in Miami. The show kicks off with some a video package of previous Hell in a Cell matches and former competitors like Mick Foley, Edge, and whoever else talking about that match changes you. It affects with your mental. There's no winners in Hell in a Cell. There's only survivors. We just found that out the other night with CM Punk. But anyways, Hell in a Cell 2013 is presented by WWE 2K14 on the PS3. John, you played that game?
No, but it looked really good. But don't they have those freaking legends on all the video games? So what the hell does it matter? I'm like, I'm missing out on this video game, but do I have it in 2K23? I probably do. So there you
I'm
go.
curious to go back and see what the WrestleMania showcase was, because now we got the 40 years in this one. So 10 years ago. Curious to see.
I mean,
but
it's
it
just,
doesn't matter.
It's just weird to see. It's just weird to see, you know, it's like talk about affecting the superstars for the rest of their careers. It affected CM Punk. It sent him right out of the company at that time. And then, you know, of course, CM Punk is in the Hell in the Cell on the most recent premium live event. And it's kind of like, what happened in those 10 years? Nothing, huh? But no, it was a very prophetic opening video package for this pay-per-view.
Indeed. All right, so on commentary, we have Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and JBL. In our opening match of the show, we have a triple threat tag team match for the tag titles. And we have Goldust and Cody Rhodes taking on the Usos, taking on the Shield, which is Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Imagine that.
10 years later, a bunch of rivals.
Can you believe all these guys are still wrestling? One of them's not in the company. And basically, four of them guys, all top guys, I would say.
I know. They're so young.
Yes. And
That's
we see the young Usos. They here with the war paint and doing the war song and the war dance. We're doing for the mama. We're doing for the mama. We're doing for the mama. Whatever he said.
If only they knew.
I hope you got it right this time.
It doesn't matter.
Might end up losing on that Rikishi interview.
He's bitter too, like Bret Hart. I'm all set.
Oh.
Anyways, on the Spanish commentary, we got Rey Mysterio. I'm surprised the Spanish table didn't break this show, but all right. And
Spoiler alert.
All right, so in this match, we see Goldust. He take a good majority of the beating in this match, and this is 10 years ago. And the way Goldust works now, he's still working back then, and he hasn't changed. Trying to hype up and get the crowd involved and whatnot, taking the beating, the selling, and old is cool, I guess. Can't go wrong.
When I was watching the match, they were saying that he's got a resurgence in his career. Like basically his career was basically over, and then 11 years later, he's still going. Like I think this might be his final year that he's wrestling full time, but to go that far and then get to where he's at now, it's a testament to what the wrestlers have done and evolving every single time. So when new generation says, oh, old is 30-something. Nope. Old is 40-something. Nope. Old is 50-something. I don't want to see a 60-year-old wrestler, but...
Hey, yeah. I'm going to just say this. If you want to, prolong your career and add new stuff to your repertoire, add a Canadian Destroyer. It'd be good.
Oh, my God.
Here we go. Heating up now. All right. Platinum, what do you think about this match so far, man?
These trio was a good opener, man. I was thinking like from where they at that point to where they are now. I'm looking at multi-time champions right here. Future, maybe another future Hall of Fame tag team right there with the Usos.
That's definitely
it's crazy.
A Hall of Fame tag team.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, all these guys are all Hall of Famers in their respective careers down the road. So the back and forth, I love that, and I love that Goldie was actually taking the brunt of it because they're saying he's the oldest guy, so they're taking advantage of him. You got to see a little bit of Roman Reigns, what they were looking at to be the future, but as IWC fans, we were like, no, thank you, we didn't want that. It's weird. We liked him at one point in his career, and then when we saw that the company backed him up, we just didn't want it anymore. So I really don't get it. In all honesty, it was a good match, a really good match. A lot of Roman and Seth cutting off the ring a lot. I really love that part too. That's good tag team work. So I recommend this tag team match if you're gonna go back and watch one of these matches over here.
I agree. It was a good way to kick off the show, and Roman did a lot of overselling, and Cody, he did some overselling. Did you see? Hell, Seth did a lot of overselling. When he took that damn crossroads for the finish, oof, my God.
Yeah, I gotta say Seth is still one of the best at selling, even to this point. Like I said it before, and I'll say it again. If you're a young wrestler in the business, sell, 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 sell.
Yes. So you get Cody Rhodes and Goldust retaining the tag team championship. John, what do you think about this match?
I mean, this is one of the, this is the match. This is the match that made, one of the top crossroads finishes of all time, and you can definitely see Seth giving him a lot of love and attention for that finish. But yeah, it was a tremendous opener, a hot opener like we love here on the IDM pod. And it's just a fully loaded match that the WWE wasn't even paying attention to at the time. And look where they are now. So, but thumbs up.
Yes. I agree. This match, it matters. So after this, we see The Miz. He comes out and he calls out Bray Wyatt. Miz running his mouth, blah, blah, blah. The lights goes out. Bray Wyatt is backstage. He cuts a promo. Basically talking that Bray Wyatt talk. Lights come on. Harper and Roman's in the ring. They take out The Miz. Then out of nowhere, Kane comes out and he takes out Rowan and Harper, followed by The Miz with a chokeslam. John, where was Kane? I guess the Wyatt family took him out at SummerSlam. What exactly happened?
I mean, that was their debut match at SummerSlam. So, I mean, he came back. He was only gone for like 2 months. Yeah, I think John Cena was out longer, according to that video package later on in the show. But, yeah, just a second for him to come out to seek revenge, and I was surprised. I think I had the show confused with another show. So seeing The Miz out here, I was like, oh, what are you doing out here? It's like, okay, cool, great, awesome. But just another segment getting heat for Bray Wyatt, who decided to stay in the back this evening.
Somebody want to carry the rocking chair out, I guess. So, whatever. Sit backstage. Enjoy that Miami heat.
Still a silver-tongued devil, though. That guy can talk you in the building.
That dude can steal your sandwich.
Too.
He can have my sandwich.
Cubano in Miami.
It's not Cubano, though.
You shut your mouth. It doesn't matter what sandwich you're eating.
It's a chicken breast.
You're a chicken breast.
Well, speaking of chicken breast, we got some chicken legs coming out. We got Fandango and Summer Rae taking on the Great Khali and Natalya with Hornswoggle. God, Fandango's theme song was so over. How was this song more over than the person himself?
He was almost over, but it's just the whole dancing thing. I think everybody loved that. Regardless of what people say, you got to have a comedy act and something that is so out in left field that you got to go all in on it. And Fandango was all in on it. Oh, actually, no, it's Fandango.
If you watch TNA, Dirty Dango. That's his name now.
Oh my god. Hey, if your character's so out of left field, he's either 100 or nothing. Take it or leave it.
Oh, man. All right, so at this time, Fandango, he's hot right now. Summer Rae making her wrestling debut. The great Khali. John, what year did Khali get in the WWE?
I think 06 or 07.
Damn.
It kind of blends in with Umaga to me, but I know Umaga was right after WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. He beat up Ric Flair the night after Mania. But for the Great Khali, his first feud was with the Undertaker. I think of that more as an 07, but sometime around that period.
Jeez, so he's been in the game for about 6-7 years already.
Yeah, he already did his monster run, so he was already at the end of it. He was the Punjabi playboy at this point, hanging out with that greaseball. And I'm looking at you too, Natalia. Anyway, I think I messed that up, but that's okay.
All right, well, for me, this match was a complete waste of time. Khali, he could barely move anymore. Natalia tried to use her veteran instincts, but Summer Rae won with a roll-up clean. And that's Natalia's way of putting her over.
I was actually taken by surprise because I was thinking about the same thing. You know, just like, all right, this is one of these matches I'm going to skip over because by then I already knew Khali wasn't really moving around like he used to. But because it was Summer Rae's debut, from what I heard, I'm like paying attention specifically to her, and I'm like, what is this? I don't remember her moving around like that or having these moves or doing any of this other stuff down the road. It caught me off guard, and I think this is right around the time where they had the whole Give Divas a Chance movement. So I guess the females were actually finally getting a chance to show their skills and show their technique. But
yeah, they were showing their skills because of Total Divas. That was Aaron on E.
Okay, so that probably helped out too.
John, you got something you want to say?
Just one of those things I never watched. I never watched the Total Divas, Total Bellas, the Maurice and Miz, Bianca and Tez. It's like I didn't watch any of those shows. I mean, I would enjoy them because, like I said, I like seeing, even if it's contrived, I like seeing the little bits of backstage and real life moments. But I just can't get myself to watch any of that crap. So, I mean, I want to, but I just can't put myself to do it.
I used to watch Total Bellas just to see how John Cena acted. That was it. He was a neat freak.
20 rules to kiss me. Fold your napkin. Pucker your lips. Wipe your butt. And then you can live in my house. Rent free.
And sign an NDA.
And you can marry some abusive guy. But yeah, if this was the debut of Summer Rae, they had a great act. There's another act that was just broken up, and later on we'd see Alberto Del Rio, another act broken up. Where's Ricardo Rodriguez? So just can't you just keep pairs together forever? I mean, if you look back on it, The Undertaker and Paul Bearer were only together for, I mean, not wait, hold on, it was 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 years. 5 or 6 years The Undertaker and Paul Bearer were together. I mean, that is a long time, but, we've been watching wrestling for so long. 6 years isn't that long. So, why can't they keep these acts together? Why can't they keep Ricardo Rodriguez and Del Rio, Summer Rae and Fandango together, longer? It's just let them be an act. Why do you have to keep changing things all the time? So things like this don't happen when we watch a pay-per-view out of order randomly for no reason. It's like, wow, look at that hot act. That was cool. Let's leave that alone. No, WWE, no Vince. We cannot do that. We must make it fresh. Yeah, whatever.
Thank you, Peacock.
Thank you.
All right, so our next match is for the United States Championship. We have Big E Langston taking on Dean Ambrose, who is a part of the Shield. Plot to know, who is Dean Ambrose? Let the people know.
He is John Moxley. of AEW right now, and he's probably one of the MVPs of AEW at the moment. Without John, AEW would probably be collapsing. I'm gonna say it right now.
Thank you.
Without John, It Doesn't Matter podcast probably collapsing right now. Thank you.
Damn right. Yep, the best John.
Frozen.
The best John we ever met.
I want that T-shirt. You had the one Justin Roberts. It's just Johnny Kicks, Johnny Pops.
If I find it, I'll send it your way.
No, it's okay. Save your money. Buy another sandwich. But yes, this match, Dean Ambrose and Big E. I was looking forward to this match, because I just want to see Big E back in his formative years in his Nation of Domination attire, and he's jacked and he's ready to go, man. And it was nice to watch. It was nice to see Big E in action because we haven't seen him in real life on programming in sadly a very long time.
Been like 2 years now, right? A little over 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you, Ridge Holland, you
Jerk.
refrigerator. Anyway.
3 ain't enough. I need 5.
Gross.
Theme song.
That is crazy.
Page be one of them.
All right, but this is a good match. Just like you said that you've seen how you wanted to see Big E back in his original form, I was excited to see, Big E doing this because he was the 2nd NXT champion, and he was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard, his muscle, his heavy, whatever you want to call him. And now you finally get a chance to see him shine. Ambrose, and I feel like at this time with the Shield, we didn't know who the top guy was going to be. It was either going to be Seth or it was going to be Ambrose. Nobody really considered Roman. Roman had the look, but nobody considered that.
Nah, I didn't.
So we see that's why they put the title on Ambrose. And wasn't he like one of the longest reigning U.S. title champion or U.S. champion for the longest time, whatever.
Yeah, he was actually probably the best talker out of all 3 of them at the time. So that's why they
at the time, yes.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true. I think they knew that it was going to be Seth or Roman, and Dean was on the bottom of the list. But at the time, the most ready would be Dean Ambrose.
I agree.
Yeah, so, all right. Well, this was a good match. Like we said, we haven't seen Big E wrestle in years. And Big E hitting all the power moves. But he went for a clothesline, which he accidentally headbutted Ambrose, and he got busted open.
Yeah, saw that.
That was crazy.
This ain't ballet.
Hell no. And one thing, it brought me back. I'm like, damn, I forgot he used to do that. He did that damn spear through the middle of rope.
I
like, why? Every single time I always worried about, like, damn, you keep doing that, he's going to break his damn neck. Well, he still hasn't broken his neck from that. But, jeez.
I mean, your shoulders
that's just brutal.
Yeah, you're big enough to where that's too much weight coming down like that. That's fast.
Seriously.
And we appreciate what you do, Big E, but if you come back, just take that out of way. Take that away. We want to see you back in the ring, like just in the ring. We don't want to see you do that. You don't need to do that. You got more than enough talent. You have extreme charisma. So if you do come back, brother, take that out, please.
Seriously. But us 3, we're enjoying the match.
Yeah.
It seemed like the crowd wasn't into it whatsoever.
I don't think Kobe's into it either. But
yeah. Kobe.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you put yourself back in that time frame, then maybe you weren't that into the Shield because they were still kind of heels, I think, at that time. Maybe. And Big E wasn't over. He just wasn't, period. Like, we like him now. I mean, we reminisce about him now, but Big E at that moment in time, he was not over at all. So no wonder it was, crickets for Mr. Langston.
Yes.
But looking back on it, we had a good time with it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it, and Big E won by a countout. Ambrose grabbed his title and walked away. Then Big E brought him back, hit him with a big ending. Boom.
Like Chris Jericho would say, it's like landing on a bunch of pillows. You'll never see that move the same way again.
Seriously.
Can I just say, though, I'm kind of glad Dean did that because I'm tired of seeing heels that want to keep their titles, get back in the ring. Just do that. Just, you know what? No, I don't need this. I'm keeping the belt anyway.
That's how you do it.
That's smart booking as far as I'm concerned. You keep the storyline going a little bit, and the babyface looks good. He gets a little bit pissed off. Oh, you want to run away from me? I'm coming back for that. And he held the title, and I loved it.
Yep. All right, so our next match is a Hell in a Cell match. We have CM Punk taking on Ryback and Paul Heyman. Wow. So, Punk comes out hot. Ryback, no feed me more chance. That shit's gone. That shit's over and done with. Paul Heyman shows up on a forklift, and then they just raise him all the way up to the top of the cell. I want to see the behind-the-scenes feature. I want to see how he got down from the cell. I want to see if they just rolled him off, whatever, to get back down. But that's another story.
Was he still on the cell when they was rising up?
What, going back up?
Yeah, if I recall. Well, maybe, yeah, like you said, the behind-the-scenes, who knows how they got him down.
Probably got the same forklift back out there.
Oh, jeez.
I have a license to drive that thing, so I was excited to see it. Hey, look, it's the Blue Genie. Awesome.
You forklift drivers, John.
It's a scissor lift. Yeah, it's just weird to see, this was this was Ryback's turning point a year ago, and they revisit it here tonight, and it's kind of like, it's just a year later. It's like, geez, like, how'd they get here? And they have that video package with Curtis Axel, and, Ryback was a tag team at that point, and, Paul Heyman during his breaks with Brock Lesnar. Now, remember this, Brock didn't break the streak yet. He was still a bum that came back from the UFC. He was still jobbing at Triple H and John Cena at the time. He wasn't, he beat Punk at SummerSlam, but he still wasn't, the 1 and 21-1 yet, their arguments that, this is a topic for another time, Lesnar ending the streak, whether he should have or should not have. And it's like, listen, Brock's not around right now, but that Brock ending the streak propelled him for the next 10 years. That moment, that Undertaker losing, it was not a waste. It pushed Brock Lesnar to be the top guy in WWE, for better or for worse, for the next 10 years or whatever, up until last year, So was it worth it? I guess it was. They didn't squander it. It wasn't like it went to Curtis Axel and they pushed him for a year and nothing happened. They gave it to Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar went to, win the world title many times, way too many times, win the Rumble, headline Mania a trillion times, come back and quit a billion times, so it was a big deal for that to happen. But at the time of this pay-per-view, he was not that guy, and he wasn't even around. So Paul Heyman had to manage other people, and to lesser successful degrees. But anyway, this match here, it was just, it was fine. It was okay.
It was mediocre. It's not a good Hell in a Cell match. It was nothing serious. Punk lit his ass up with a kendo stick.
Yeah, people didn't want to see the match. They wanted to see him beat up Paul Heyman. They didn't get it.
Yeah, that was it.
So they got it at the end, I guess, but they were very disappointed it wasn't during the match.
Yeah, Punk won the match. After the match, he put the kendo sticks in his drawers, climbed up on the top of the cell, kissed him in the forehead, started beating him up. GTS, that's it.
Yep.
Just give me Paul Heyman and CM Punk. That's all I want to see.
Literally, that's all we needed. It was like a waste of a match in Hell in a Cell.
Seriously.
And him and Ryback never really got along, did they? Because supposedly Ryback injured Punk or vice versa. Either way.
Ryback said CM Punk is a dangerous worker. So he just tweeted out the other day of the stitches of Drew McIntyre getting hit by that toolbox. And next thing you know, I seen somebody like basically counter that. They showed Ryback holding CM Punk over his head, trying to throw him through the table, and he missed the table.
Yep. I was thinking just about that too. That's funny.
Stupid.
Yep.
Ryback is a less friendly big dummy. We don't like him as much.
We don't.
Or at all.
We don't.
No. He doesn't get that Sid treatment.
Big for nothing.
Yeah.
Terrible.
290-something pounds.
Could be like Batista skinny after he stops taking his vitamins.
Never be as good an actor as he is, so.
Dookie.
Yes, he is. In the ring and acting, he will be Dookie.
Dookie.
All right.
This next match is Dookie. We have Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando with El Torito taking on the Real Americans of Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro with Zeb Coulter. Whoo! You want to let the people know who Zeb Coulter is, John?
Uncle Zebekiah.
You want to let the people know who Zeb Coulter is and what his gimmick today work in the business?
Well, yeah, I guess. Who was really heading the sentiment at the time? Basically, he's your Fox News representative in WWE, and he's talking all that junk. He came back earlier in the year, that year, 2013. He was behind the main event level talent Jack Swagger in Jack Swagger's renewed push after such a long time floundering on the scene, and then Jack Swagger messed it all up by getting caught with some weed or whatever during a traffic stop, messed up his WrestleMania push. He probably was gonna win the world title at WrestleMania. That's a big freaking deal, and it was relegated to having a jobber entrance for Jack Swagger at Mania 29 at MetLife Stadium. Del Rio was the champion, and he was there, and people didn't give two craps about the match. They wanted Dolph Ziggler to come out and cash the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh man, they really wanted that to happen. But it was just a bad turn of events, and kind of like Rob Van Dam when he was the WWE ECW champion, and he beat John Cena at One Night Stand, and he got caught in the car with Sabu, smoking some illegal substances at that time. It's your fault, man. You're deep. You messed yourself up. You're in the biggest push of your career, and maybe this is something you've always done and got away with it, but you didn't get away with it this time, and it ruined your career. So Jack Swagger, you ruined your own career, and you helped ruin Zeb Coulter's too. But Zeb Coulter, also known as Dutch Mantel, a legendary figure in pro wrestling. He was he managed the Jacob and Eli Blue, also known as the DOA, the Harris Twins, back in 1995. He managed Justin Hawk Bradshaw. He'd be in and out of the wrestling business. He'd work for TNA, and he'd also be the narrator for Dark Side of the Ring in season 1, I believe. So he's a guy who knows the wrestling business, knows how to get heat, draw heat, and he would use facts of life from real life to get heat, just like a Fox News pundit would, saying that America's being terrorized by these damn illegals coming to watch WCW Nitro in Salt Lake City, Utah, seeing the likes of Psychosis and Damien Sis and
Cyclope. Yes, his name back in the day was Dirty Dutch Mantel, and Coulter gets on the microphone and he said, yes, we're in the Hell in a Cell, and the Matadores, but they belong in the cell, and that he's embarrassed to breathe the same air as these border-hopping banditos.
Oh, that would not fly. Not with TK.
Everybody in the crowd, yeah. So, stand up, put your hand over your heart, say it with me. We the people. Wow, what a time.
Oh, boy.
I tell you what, though, John, can you agree with me? WrestleMania 29, MetLife Stadium. It was a loud reaction for that We the People. Well, Swagger and Del Rio.
I would say in the more famous New Orleans at WrestleMania 30 the following year, it was still a big deal. Yeah, I mean maybe at 29 it was. I was there. You were there, yeah.
Yes.
But I didn't take the subway home because allegedly, and during Monday, because the Raw after WrestleMania was always a big deal for many years. But I didn't go to that. I didn't go to that post WrestleMania Raw that year. But allegedly, it was big on Fandangoing in the subway.
Yep.
But the We the People would still be a big deal through New Orleans WrestleMania 30. So that I do remember.
Yes. All right, so back to this match. This match is nothing special, just a filler. Matadors win.
Shocking.
After the match, For some reason, Coulter's on all fours, while one guy's outside the ring, another guy just laid out. And then Torito comes in, he takes him out, and then Torito takes out Swagger and Cesaro.
Yeah. Didn't need that filler match, to be honest.
That's why I like the PLEs now. You get 5, maybe 6 matches, and that's it. You good. You don't need all these in-between stops, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you was watching the presser after the PLE, but they're giving them crap about only having 5 matches. Like, you don't really need all that much if you have like pay-per-views every month. You know, get the important storylines out there, you know, and get to that finish line right there, and then continue the ones that are coming up next.
Exactly. All right, but our next match, it does matter. We have, at the time, the 13-time world champion John Cena taking on Alberto Del Rio. And like John said, Del Rio didn't have no Ricardo. He had no car. He basically lost everything, but he does have his belt, though. He's the world heavyweight champion.
Felt weird looking at that presentation.
He didn't even have no scarf.
Oh, I forgot about that. Jeez.
John, quick question.
Well, it's very humid in Miami, man. Chill out.
Quick question. Can you give me a rundown of the world heavyweight champion after Ziggler cashed in?
Did you say the rundown?
The rundown.
Always a challenge here. But, did they say... So it was WrestleMania 29. So, Alberto Del Rio is walking into WrestleMania as the world heavyweight champion. He loses it to Dolph Ziggler the next night on Monday Night Raw to much applause and much acclaim. I'm going to have to answer that.
Western Union.
Dolph Ziggler, he gets a concussion, but they let him keep the world title. They don't strip him of it. And it was almost like a Daniel Bryan situation where I think, he doesn't lose it in the ring. I think they just put it up for grabs, and I think that's when somehow Del Rio got it. So I'm not great on that title change, but that's how I believe Del Rio came into it, because Dolph Ziggler, he either had to give it up, or he had to give it up, or he lost it. But I'm gonna have to go offline for a second, so please excuse me.
John got stumped. All right, back to Del Rio and John Cena. John Cena, he's out for months because he had a sprained elbow. He had to get surgery, and then he finally got the green light, and he's cleared to go against Del Rio. And the people love John Cena. You've been gone for so long, the people love him. So this match begins. It's a great match at Del Rio. He's taking it to John Cena. He's doing everything he can to, basically mess up that elbow even more. But Cena, he's going to power out. He's resilient. He's countering moves. And Cena... Del Rio goes for what? The backstabber? I think he went for the backstabber.
Something like that, yeah.
Cena countered, attitude adjustment.
Oh, no,
boom.
no. He was trying to go for that cross arm breaker.
Okay, the cross arm breaker. Countered. Cena wins the championship.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Those two always, for some reason, have great chemistry when I see them in the ring, man. I knew he was going to go after that arm, especially knowing that he just had surgery off of it. So that's smart booking right there. That's Del Rio's move. That's his bread and butter. Go after the arm, make him tap. And for Cena to come back, yeah, I know you said that the crowd still loves him. I felt like still there was that portion of that crowd that still was like, we're tired of Cena again, I don't know. It's like somebody said, we will not understand or appreciate John Cena until he's gone. And nowadays, now that he's not here anymore like he used to, it's like we want him back. I don't know. I was watching the show. They said it was 5 years since he's held that title. Or was it
Yeah, I
5
was
years
getting
to
into.
Hell?
I was about to say
Any
that
title.
it's been 5 years since he held the title. I was surprised. That's why I was going to ask John about that too. Like, wait a minute.
Was it any title or was
That
it?
that specific title, because he beat Chris
Okay.
Jericho for that at Survivor Series in Boston.
I remember
that
that
much.
one. We went to that one.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like, wait a minute, 5 years. I'm like,
That title, yeah.
Okay,
the World
okay,
Heavyweight
makes
title.
sense,
The one that
makes
doesn't look right on John Cena, the WCW.
that belt looks good on him. I think so.
I don't know. It's so used to the spinning belt with him, even though
But-
after a while I got old.
The World Heavyweight title at that time was such a toy, Vince Russo at the time, that it was like, man, this thing used to be the title at WrestleMania, and some years they push it hard, some years they don't. And I think, Vince was busy pushing a non-champion CM Punk, busy with Bryan and Randy Orton being in the world title scene. So unfortunately, the World Heavyweight title was being pushed as the third and fourth most important thing. They gave it to Del Rio. But yeah, it just didn't really. What's it doing here? This is the belt that Batista was fighting Triple H over, that Benoit was crying over. And now it's just, here it is, fourth from the last match on the show. Something
crazy.
to it.
That's a WCW title. That's why.
That's true. If it wasn't made by Vince, he doesn't give a damn.
That's it.
But it's crazy that he made the U.S. title so much more prestigious than the Intercontinental belt, which is crazy to think about it. The Intercontinental belt was held with such prestige for so long, and then, I don't know, right around, I want to say 09 or 10, that's when it just fell off.
Remember they unified the title at one point, the United States and Intercontinental?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know.
Crazy times. All right. John, what are your thoughts on this match?
Juan Cena and Alberto Del Rio. I don't have many thoughts on this match.
It was a good match, a solid match. It's probably the best match of the night as of now.
Yeah, because it was as soon as it came on, I was like, I'm just not interested. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, why is John Cena? Why he came back quick from another injury? Well, for what? Why? I mean,
Yeah.
Was he that injured in the first place? Was his tricep? Was this? Like he did the same. That's what he's done throughout his career. I mean, as he gets older now, he's probably can't do that anymore. Maybe, who knows? But freaking, it was like No Mercy, 2007. He was injured, and that pay-per-view. Oh my God! You want to review a pay-per-view? Good thing that wasn't up for bid, unless it was No Mercy, 2007. Triple H and Randy Orton, Umaga. There was a whole bunch of crap going on that night, and Randy Orton walks out with the championship, which I was cool with because I still like Randy Orton at the time. But John Cena was hurt around that period of time, and then he came back at the 2008 Royal Rumble in New York City.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? You weren't even almost like a Brock Lesnar appearance. He just showed up. It's like you weren't even advertised. Meh, it was supposed to be Triple H. And he would just do that. He would just come back and was like, were we ready for you? I was like, where did you end up going with this, John Cena? Where would the World Heavyweight title go from here?
I don't think he was ever ready to give up his spot. He's probably like, I get away too long. They're gonna not want me back in that, and they'll forget about me altogether. So he was.
Cena must win. There's your new phrase.
I gotta respect it though. Like to get back from all those injuries, to take back your spot and not let anybody take over. That's like a Tom Brady-esque type deal. Like I don't care if I'm the backup or the starting quarterback. Once I'm in, you're not taking me out the game. So for John Cena to do that, I got to give him major props. Just me.
Yeah, I guess I see your point. He was the ace. He didn't want to lose his spot. He's very protective of his spot, and he could do everything possible to come back, and that's probably what Vince McMahon loved about him. So,
Yep.
Superhuman Cena.
That's why he was the golden boy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. We didn't see the other stuff, so we gotta appreciate him for what he's got now.
Indeed. All right, so our next match is for the Devious Championship. We have AJ Lee with Tamina Snuka taking on Brie Bella with her sister Nikki. Watch out now.
Yeah.
Another match that was nothing special. You just had to, cool the crowd down from Cena winning the title. But the finish of the match, we see Brie accidentally kneed Nikki while she was taking out Tamina. Yeah. AJ took advantage of it, put her in the Black Widow, tapped out, boom.
I applaud the camera shot on that finish, too. It was wonderful.
Oh, yes. Any thoughts on this match, fellas?
After having read AJ Lee's book and trying to find certain matches that she was talking about, this was not one of them. So, and at this, it was she had such a weird 1-year career plus after CM Punk left. But at this moment in time, they were still okay. They were still with her and Phil, WrestleMania main event Phil. They were still okay with the WWE at the time. But, CM Punk would leave very soon, and AJ Lee would have to just be the Divas champion for a year and a half with a lawsuit pending against her fiance. And, then randomly, once she left the company, they said, we'd like to give a special thanks to AJ Lee for blah, blah, blah. It's like, geez, what did she have on the company? I wonder. What did she sign? We'll never know. Maybe. But anyway, yeah, just the women's matches were not getting the respect of the time at this time. It was still in that spot, and it was what it was. It was a short match, and then moving on to the final match of the evening.
The final match of the evening, John. This is the reason why you chose this show. We have Daniel Bryan taking on Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match with a special guest referee, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. The belt is vacant right now. John, why is the belt vacant?
I don't know. Yeah, apparently there were like 2 pay-per-views before this. There was Night of Champion, somewhere between SummerSlam and this show was Night of Champions, and I think, what did they say, Payback or something like that? Some like 2 pay-per-views. I'm like, really? That doesn't make any sense. But maybe it did. And so there's a lot of shenanigans going on. And they even said it. Like, there was, Bryan won the title again and something weird happened. So, my God, the world title scene was just a mess on both championships in 2013. So, this, oof. I'll let you do the play-by-play. But, Randy Orton does walk away with the world heavyweight title. And I believe he keeps it this time. Because I think in the next month he defends it against the Big Show in the worst unwanted main event for a world title match in history. Randy Orton and the Big Show for the WWE Championship at the Survivor Series, and then I think the TLC match would be the unification with John Cena. And
wasn't Big Show fired at this time?
He
Big
was
Show.
Suspended. Oh no, they what did they do? They gave him a restraining order.
Yeah, they had a video package saying earlier he was banned from the building for helping. What a terrible storyline.
Yeah, because he helped Goldust and Cody. Now he's just helping out Goldie in AEW.
So I think this Hell in a Cell main event was the end of all the stupid shenanigans that I was referring to. So there might be more in there, because a lot of the pay-per-views around this time became untraditional, where it's like, Unforgiven is in September. Or is it? No, it's Great Balls of Fire. Fully Loaded is in July. Or is it? It's Bad Blood. It's Vengeance. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? So they were just messing with pay-per-view names at this time, so losing all kinds of track of what's here and what's there, so.
Don't want to lose the IPs.
It's like having WrestleMania in May. It'll happen sometime.
Yeah, it will too.
WrestleMania is a 2-month event in Paris. So.
Sacre
All right.
mademoiselle.
So back to this match. The match starts out, well, before the match starts out, Triple H comes out with the vacant title. He tries to shake Daniel Bryan's hand, and Bryan's not budging. So Triple H, he smiles, give him a little wink, and the fight is on. It gets physical. They fight outside the cell, and Bryan's going through the steps, going through the cage, back and forth. Bryan went for the power bomb and a lot of European uppercuts. It was a fight. It was a good-ass fight. It was a must-watch match. Definitely the best match of the night. Is it one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time?
No.
I wouldn't say so, but
Top
you know.
10, maybe. Maybe.
You know, it's crazy. Random fact. It's like over like 30 Hell in a Cell matches.
Really?
Yeah, I think they said like 37. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Undertaker's been in like 10 or 12 of them, something like that.
At that point, this one is already 30-something?
No, I'm talking about now.
Oh, right now? Oh,
Yeah, right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, basically the Devil's Playground. All right, so there's a lot of chairs.
Why?
You got to do something. You got to, you know, you got to do something. Hey, CM Punk had beads.
Yeah, not those kind of beads, people.
The match is getting too brutal. Shawn Michaels thinking about stopping the match, but you know, doesn't happen. Orton superplex Daniel Bryan onto the small mountain of chairs. But you know, Bryan got hurt. Triple H comes down. He's arguing. Blah blah blah. Shawn Michaels, and you already know what happens. Sweet chin music.
To who?
To John Boy.
RKO. He didn't betray his student.
1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is your champion.
I hear voices in my head. They say you are the champion. You are the one. Dun, dun, dun. You are the one. Da, 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 da.
It was a good match. This show, will I ever watch it again? No.
No.
No. We all right. So we've been over the whole show. What did you really have a problem with this show, Dom? You made it sound like worse than it was. It wasn't that bad. I mean, okay, it was kind of bad, really bad, but
the opening match,
Great.
Yeah,
Cena and
Good.
this match. That's it.
Okay.
But if you want a surprise, go watch the Summer Rae Fandango with Maddie and
The entrance.
yes.
Seriously.
That's all I want. Da-da.
I mean, there's a lot on the show, and I was watching this show as Dom was live streaming the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, the brand new 2-hour show. So while he's watching the live show of Raw, I'm watching this replay of a pay-per-view from over 10 years ago, and it's kind of like, who had a better time? I think I did. So, you know, you're like, Dom's like, oh, I don't like the show. I'm like, man, you must be talking about Raw, because that sounds like a chore. I mean, this show is a chore in a different way. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of stuff you had to. I mean, video packages help. You damn sure they do. But even as Dom's asking me, you know, can you do this off memory? It's like, I can't, because so much shit was happening. I can't remember all of that either.
And this is the time period, the PG era, I didn't really watch.
This is hard to watch. I'm not.
Yeah, like I skip. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible.
This era too. This is late 2013, man.
This is right after The Rock left the second or third time.
Yeah, The Rock and Cena 2. You know, that was that year. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't must watch. Like how you got tuned in nowadays.
I
That's
honestly,
just my thoughts.
I honestly think once you know you don't have another company on your back chasing you down, you really don't have that creative mind where you're like, I got to put out something good. It's like, I'm the only show in town. I do whatever the hell I want. You're gonna take it or leave it. So
It's just
That's it.
I hate it to say it, but it seemed like that was what happened for like from like 09 to
Shoot, 08.
08.
Oh, 08 to like 2017.
17.
Jeez.
Well,
that's too far.
okay, right
I was
around
gonna say,
when
I was gonna say
NXT
like
was
12,
taking
13.
over.
I would
I
say
say
12 or 13.
No, I gotta say about 16. Right when NXT was taking over, and I was selling the main events. Because that's when they were like, okay,
Yeah, NXT got high in 14, so yeah.
that's when we gotta
about that
start
time.
stepping it up.
Hey, remember what you remember. So
That's it. Well, that's it for this show, because next week we're taking it back to 2001. This is my choice. No Mercy,
God.
2001.
No mercy.
No Mercy
Yes.
2001.
We talked about the Alliance and the Invasion angle last year in our first season, but we're going to bring it back again. And I'm looking forward to this card because I don't remember this show, but just looking at the card itself, I know it's good. In the opening contest, we have the Hardy Boys and Matt and Jeff Hardy taking on Lance Storm and the Hurricane.
Can I be serious for a minute?
You could. That's for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Then after this, we got Tess taking on Kane. We have Tori Wilson taking on Stacy Keibler in the lingerie match. I know John gonna like that one. Yeah. We have Edge taking on Christian in a ladder match for the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
Go fuck yourself, Edge.
The Dudley Boys taking on Big Show and Tajiri for the tag titles, the WWF tag titles.
Wait, hold up. Who?
The Dudley Boys taking on Big Show and Tajiri.
What? You know what? I love Tajiri, so this is going to be interesting.
The Undertaker's taking on Booker T. Chris Jericho is going
I don't
against The
remember that.
Rock. Jericho against The Rock for the WCW title. And then your main event, you have Stone Cold Steve Austin going against Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam, a triple threat match for the WWF Championship.
Oh, I remember this video package, too. Oh, this was really good. All
It's
right.
going to be good. Next week's going to be good. Yes. Well, that is it for this show. Hell in a Cell 2013. Platinum closes out.
Well, with the way that card is going, we might as well say we have no mercy. No mercy for the interview that we just did. Oh, hell yeah. It ain't going to be Stone Cold, though.
I can
But
tell
it's
that
gonna-
sandwich took your energy.
Damn, it did. Because I'm not buff, but I am stuffed.
Boom.